Here with another slide makeover video podcast based on the ideas in my book, The Visual Slide Revolution. Today's slide comes from an academic keynote presentation that is being delivered next week. I've been working on these slides the last few days, and it is a good example of how the design of our slide can almost promote too much text. Let's take a look at the slide. So this is the slide that I was sent, and the thing is that even though you may think that this has a lot of text, what the presenter told me is this is actually a lot less text than most of these types of presentations involve. It's a little scary for me, but let's take a look at some of the things that are going on here on this slide, just so we can see how the design is impacting this. First thing is there's this red horizontal line that is between the title and the body text, and what that is usually meaning, and when it's added to separate the title from the body, and the implication there is there's going to be so much text that without the line you would not be able to distinguish where the text separates. So anytime I see a horizontal line, that gets concerning for me, because it usually means we are promoting or encouraging a lot of text to be put on the slides. The other thing is that the logo in the top right corner there is actually reducing the amount of area that we have to put something visually or content. Because it's large and it pushes that horizontal line down, pushes everything down below. So that's another design element that's reducing the area we have to put any content, and of course I'd like to see it more visual than what we've got here. At the bottom, the branding is, I find a little large and a little too prominent down at the bottom. It needs to be there, but it doesn't need to be quite that standing out. And really what this text is, it's not a slide. This is what the person's going to say. These are speaking notes. Too often we see this happen because, again, the design of the slides is promoting a lot of text. So people just type in what they're going to say, and then they get up and do, the number one annoying thing, which is read their slides. And really with slides like these, how could you do anything else? So what I did is I went back and I looked at it and I said, okay, so what's really the key point of this particular slide? And what the key point is they're talking about there are two types of studies that have been done. One where it's within a single country, and one where it's between countries. So here's the slide that I created. Let's take a look at what some of the elements here are. So first thing I did is that I got rid of the horizontal line. What that does is it allows the text and visuals to not so much commingle, but what they do is they relate to each other. There's nothing visually separating them. So the map and the globe relate to the title because there's nothing separating them visually when the audience looks at it. I took the logo, moved it down to the lower left corner. It's still there, but it's not quite as prominent. I made the branding a little less prominent, took it away from blocking the entire bottom of the slide. And of course changed all the speaking notes into a picture of the country. This particular presenter's in Canada, so the study that was done was within Canada, and then a global or a cross-country study. So when we're thinking about our design, here are some lessons so that we can promote the visual design of our slides. Lesson number one. If you have lines that are there simply to separate large blocks of text, get rid of them. It promotes too much text being put on the slides. Your template also can be a hindrance because it may draw the audience's attention away from where you want them to be, which is, of course, where you want them to be is the center of the slide where your visual is. If you have branding going on that draws them away, you're taking the focus away from what your key point and your key message is. If you've got these speaking notes type of slides, they are going to have clues in them as to what the most important point is. So look for those clues, find the key message, and then create a headline and use those clues that you see to figure out what visual would be most meaningful for this audience. In this particular case, it was maps, because we're talking about a single country and multiple countries. And that speaking text, don't get rid of it. Don't just throw it all out. Use it as speaking notes. What you can do is you can move that text down into the notes section of the slide, or you can create those as hidden slides and then print them out so that the speaker has the notes right beside the slides. There's a lot of different things you can do to take that text and keep it, because obviously the presenter did a lot of work on it. So those are some lessons on how we can design more visually to make our slides far more appealing than they otherwise would be. For more information on the book, go to www.visualsliderevolution.com. For more information on my training, consulting, the books, videos, a lot of the other resources that are available, go to www.ThinkOutsideTheSlide.com. And if you want some pre-made slides that allow you to just copy and customize as opposed to creating from scratch every time, you can go to www.pptcontenttemplates.com. This is Dave Parody, author of The Visual Slide Revolution. We'll see you next time.